Hello, next to new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the new Shadow Annihilape in the Open Great League. This Pokemon is going to be quite difficult to get, by the way, if you want to try to get one for yourself. Because the fighting type Grunt currently has, I think, 3 different options as like the first Pokemon. So you have like a 1 in 3 chance of getting this Pokemon here. Took me, I think, like 5 grunts to get this thing. I think I did a total of like 9 grunts or something for this one. And I only got this one Mankey here, which you're gonna take a look at today. Like the team that we have here right now, like if you didn't see my video yesterday already, I already took a look at the Annihilape in that video. And now we're gonna take a look at a different kind of team around Annihilape. Still kind of the same idea about having this as our safe swap, and not as a safe swap, as our closer, in order to destroy those normal type Pokemon that a lot of times are used as a safe swap. But here I tried to go for a little bit of a non-meta approach, and so we're gonna see on how this is gonna go today. We're going to have the Quillfish as our safe swap, trying to bait out potential Pokemon like the Klotzai here, which you're going to be able to go for a CMP tie against as well, which is going to be very, very nice. And you're going to have in the lead here the Abomasnow. There's one clear weakness, of course, between our lead and our Pokemon in the back, but also kind of with our safe swap. We're going to have the weakness of Talonflame with our lead, as well as the Annihilape, which I was not really expecting to be that big of an issue. I didn't really see too many Talonflames before then. But yeah, we're also going to have the weakness of Malamar for our lead and our safe swap. Next Pokemon, Ariados here can be also a bit of a trickier one. Also, what you're gonna see here as well, we have a very interesting moveset of Annihilape. We're going to have Close Combat and Shadow Ball. Why is this the case? One big reason for this, which is something that you have to be mindful as well of, I just don't have charge TMs. Like, I literally just don't really have a lot of charge TMs. I still want to do a lot of cool content on this channel, and I really hope for the next raid day on, I think Saturday it is, to give me some more of them again, which is after the Rocket event. So I have to see what Pokemon I really need to get rid of with frustration there. But yeah, I just don't have any real charge TMs, and this is one of the biggest issues. But then I thought as well, I kind of want to have a little bit of a change compared to, of course, the video yesterday where we were running the standard moveset of Night Slash as well, Shadow Ball. So yeah, that's the main reasons for this. What can I say? I really thought Abomasnow would be a really good pick for the current meta. There are quite a lot of teams that are quite weak to it. There are a lot of ground type Pokemon currently around, making this Pokemon very interesting, but also still there are some odd flying type Pokemon. And so yeah, I thought this Pokemon was going to be great. I have to say, Abomasnow was garbage. Like, literally, I don't like this Pokemon at all right now. I would not recommend you to run this Pokemon. I might have been just in a position where I did not really play it perfectly, which I want to say as well. A lot of games I could have mostly played a bit better. As you saw already, I did a video about Heat Trend at midnight, and I have to wake up every single day at 6 AM. I'm a bit tired, I have to say. So yeah, sorry about this one. I could have definitely played some battles a bit better today. So, we're gonna see the safe swap here of the Duron. This is kind of exactly what we want to punish. Here's one thing though. We don't do enough damage. I really thought I would do more damage with this Pokemon. And this is like the one thing that I kinda would say with this Pokemon, which really kinda frustrated me. The damage output was not there. Like, it felt like it's just a normal Annihilape, literally. Like, from the fast move damage itself, like the damage didn't change the season. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like I used Annihilape literally yesterday, and I felt it was a better Pokemon in terms of farming down Pokemon than the Shadow variant. And I have no idea why this was the case. Like, all of the matchups I kind of got it into, it did okay there. Of course, like, it does still a ton of damage. You're going to still have, of course, counter, which is stab, which is shadow bonus, and on top of it as well. But you're not able to farm on the Dugong. Like, what? Like, I know, of course, Dugong, a very bulky Pokemon, but it's a super effective hit from a Shadow Annihilape with, yeah, stab counter, and it is not enough to knock it out without having to throw a charge move, and that is quite sad for it. That was like something I was really hoping for that would happen basically with the Shadow bonus, that you would be able to just farm down stuff that you wouldn't be able to farm down otherwise and just end up with a ton of energy. That's why I thought as well that a double Nuke moveset could be very, very useful. And while we're going to be able to win this battle here, this was very disappointing for me to find out that Annihilape's fast move qualities there, like fast move farm down qualities, are not that great. One extra thing that I have to say though is that Annihilape is going to get a new community day, which is going to be announced most likely when you see the video around like 3 hours. I'm going to try to make a video towards one as well. I think it's going to be in around 3 hours. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't know exactly when it's going to be the case. I just know that Niantic teased already the community day yesterday with a small video, and usually it takes them exactly 1 day to release the news for it. And so yeah, that is definitely something that is going to happen today. That's going to be news towards the next community day today about also Annihilape. If we're lucky, actually the pre-evolution Primeape, which I actually think is going to happen by the way, is going to learn the new move of the, I think it's Rage Fist is called as well. Main reason why I think it's going to be happening is for the main series games, in order to evolve the Primeape into Annihilape, you're going to need to use the move Rage Fist a ton of times. Of course, in Pokemon Go, they used like there's a different kind of way of doing this. Pokemon Go, you're going to have the option to battle Psychic and Ghost type Pokemon with the Primeape in order to get the evolution of this Pokemon with Annihilape, but in the main series games you needed the move Rage Fist in order to even activate the evolution, and so I'm fairly certain that we're going to see also the move on the Primeape, and this is going to be maybe a bit more interesting in the current state than the Annihilape, because Annihilape of course doesn't have access to Karate Chop. I saw a lot of people talking about Karate Chop and why Niantic doesn't add it to Annihilape in the comment section. As far as I know currently, Karate Chop is not a move in Generation 9, and Generation 9 is the generation where Annihilape got introduced, and so they can't do this. What this means basically is that in Generation 9, Niantic, Pokemon Company kind of decided to get rid of a few of the moves, and I think Karate Chop was one of them, so like no Pokemon is able to learn Karate Chop in this generation, as far as I heard it as well in the comment section below. And so, yeah, basically it is impossible for new Pokemon that got introduced in that generation to learn this move. And so while yes, you would have Primeape which learns it and could evolve in theory, it will never be able to actually get an Annihilape with the move Karate Chop, mainly just because Karate Chop is not introduced in Generation 9, which is the generation of Annihilape. Anyway, we're going to be able to claim the first set here, which is going to be a 3-2, which is already kind of great, and we can move on to my, not so great set. Talonflame is just an issue. We saw already a Talonflame game before where we of course didn't really have a chance against, but like, here's the thing, this is actually the first set that you saw, was the second set that I did play with this team. I kind of just wanted to showcase a little bit of the better set in the beginning. Basically, I got hardwalled the entire time in the first set, and it is not really down to the team. I think the team actually has some potential. While I really disliked the Icy Wind variant of Abomasnow, I think the Weather Ball variant is going to be a bit better than Icy Wind. It is basically very, very tough to win battles if the opponent has two of the main core breakers here, to just have another core breaker in the back as well. That's great. So yeah, there was not really a way of winning this battle at all. But there are also going to be battles that I cannot misplay, which you're going to see here later as well. But we're going to be able to still go for the close combat and get the knockout here, which is kind of hilarious. We do a ton of damage with the Annihilape, but we're going to now forfeit because there's no reason for me to play on against the Talonflame. Now you think, great deed, and you're right with that. We're going to have also a great save-up force. It's going to be the Dugong. Everything is fine. And again, this is going to be the first set where I also was not really awake yet. But we're going to see here the Drill Run coming through. We're going to try to get as much energy as possible, of course. We're going to have the Shadow Ball coming through this time around so we don't debuff ourselves, which maybe was a bit of a mistake. Maybe I should have went for the close combat instead, because they're going to farm me down anyway. But I am still going to be able to reach that close combat in time, which is great. Forcing a shield from the opponent. They're already at half health here as well, which is going to be lovely. And we're going to be able to do some nice damage with that Abomasnow while going for the Icy Wind here, which is going to drop the opponent's attack, which is going to be lovely, isn't it? We're going to still have a shield on our Pokemon. The opponent still has a shield, and everything is kind of great. Or is it? Here's the thing. If you would have a brain, you would be winning this battle here right now. I just clearly don't have one, because I let the move go through here, which is actually totally okay yet, because my win con is to win with the Abomasnow. But also, my win con kinda is designed around shielding the move from the Clodsire, because Clodsire has super effective hits. I would have easily been able to take this Dragon Claw there, like easily, but I didn't think that the opponent would have enough energy to go for a Sludge Bomb, which I'm definitely like wrong with that, and so they're going to be able to win the battle. I should have won this, no doubt. Like, this was my big mistake there. That was all on me. Next opponent, actually a very great lead there as well. Spoiler alert, the last two ones are going to be very bad leads for me. But here we're gonna see the Skarmory against us as a Sazor, but I was like, why is someone using this as a safe swap and with Air Slash and as a Shadow? It's quite interesting, but honestly, it's also quite interesting because Pokemon is quite decent right now. I could even actually see why Air Slash might be an interesting shout right now. Like, Air Slash Shadow Skarmory does even make a bit of sense. The thing is, it's going to be a Pokemon that has a great typing that is kind of really missed in the current meta, as a lot of Pokemon are quite weak to it. But also, you're going to be able to, with Air Slash, beat basically those Water-type Pokemon a bit easier. And you have the Toxapex, of course, which is one of those Pokemon that you really want to beat. So, I like the idea behind it. I definitely like the idea behind it. I'm not too sure on how good it's actually going to be. But yeah, definitely very interesting there. Here we're gonna see the Sand Slash coming in, and we have to kind of drop the attack the entire time, because otherwise, like, what are we gonna really do here? The opponent is gonna go for an Ice Punch, and I'm gonna just try to go into my Annihilate, but I have to go for another Ice Event before that. The opponent is now at -3 attack. I'm gonna get them kind of low, and counter is gonna chunk quite a bit, but they can still go for another Charge Move here, which is not gonna do any damage, because again, they're -3 attack. Ice Punch is not gonna do anything. Now it's down to the Cracks area, and it's going to be a very close matchup. And we're gonna try our best, but also, again, I'm kind of disappointed on how much damage the Fast Move is doing here for a counter. Like, it is just not really enough to really put the opponents into a range where I can clean up with the rest of my Pokemon. Here, Abasto goes down again, and the Quillfish also just barely goes down there. Dunsparce in the lead, that is going to be still okay, I guess, for us. This is going to be a matchup where, yeah, they still do super effective damage, but it is what it is. I kind of just have to take it here. The opponent is going to go ahead and go for the Rock Slide. That's going to do some solid damage against me, and I can go for the Ice Wind. I don't like Ice Wind Abomasnow. I just feel like it's too inconsistent. I feel like the biggest benefit of Abomasnow is the pacing, and you just don't have the pacing anymore if you go for Icy Wind on it. And so, yeah, I don't really like this fact about it. But here we're going to be able to align our Quillfish against the opponent's Dunsparce. We can even overfarm by a bit, and this is going to allow us to get the Awkward Tail off before they can go for a Drill Run, which is not going to be enough to knock them out, which is annoying because now we have to use a shield. Now we are shield down, but we still might be able to win the battle. Let's find out what they're going to have in the back. It is going to be the Azumarill. This is going to be something where it would be great to have a Poison type move. We don't have a Poison type move, so it's not really great here. And so we decided to go for the Awkward Tail. I tried to swap out here. Should have tried to, I don't know, maybe go for the Icy Wind to bait a potential Grass type move. I'm not too sure about it, but I didn't do this, which is a bit of a mistake, I guess. As now the opponent is gonna go ahead and, yeah, have a great time there against us with a Azumarill. Azumarill is just going to be a very strong Pokemon against us. And so, as we will see, Awkward Tail is coming through, gonna get next to no damage onto them. We kind of rely on the Fast Move damage here as well. But Awkward Tail is our best bet, as you're gonna see here. But they can just go for another Charge Move, and like, what are we gonna do? We have to hope that there's something in the back. I think we actually know already what they had. No, never mind. It's going to be another Talonflame, because why not? I think I encountered like 4 Talonflames or something in total in 10 battles, which is, of course, the hardest counter to this team. Great job there. But not only this, I completely misunderstood on how Magnezone's pacing is. This is the most embarrassing game I think I had in ages, but I'm fine showcasing it because, hey, not everything is gonna go perfectly fine for me either. Like, this is the thing as well, a lot of people think like, oh, like, yeah, he shows only like really good teams and good sets and whatever, like, why is he not legend yet? The reason is, a lot of times, those, yeah, sets or whatever that I don't play well, like here, like for teams that don't work out, like not for, like, just generally teams that you see on YouTube as well, like I'm always honest with like videos itself, you don't see the teams that don't work, and like that's one thing. And here, as you're gonna see, we have a -2 shield advantage while still losing Switch, which was embarrassing just because I completely misplayed the lead matchup. That's on me, that's totally on me, I do understand that. But if I just went, by the way, 0 shields in the lead, I very likely would have been able to win this battle here as well. Like, just play out the 0 shield scenario, but we're not gonna talk about that. By the way, expecting the Talonflame in the back, that's why I played the way I tried to play here, but it was completely wrong with that as well. But yeah, basically what I wanted to say is, you mainly see the teams that actually work. There are a lot of teams that I try that don't work, that you don't see on YouTube. Like, I have at least, I think, 5, 6, 7 videos still in line that I could do for teams that also some of them actually worked still, but I just didn't have the time to really cover them yet. So there's a lot of teams that also just don't really work as well, that you don't really see on YouTube, and that's the main reason why I'm still at like 2,700, which is very respectable elo. I see a lot of regional winners against me all the time, so I'm very happy with my elo right now. But yeah, this is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Keep your Mankey for the community day, and I'll see you later for the community day video.